Okay, so I took a little trip to NASA today to thoroughly investigate the STS-80 UFO sighting. Now, the debunkers say the thrusters were fired from the shuttle, causing these UFOs to rocket out into space, as you're going to see right here. That is simply false. Okay, we're going to break it down. I'm going to give you a 360 look at the space shuttle. We're going to go inside the shuttle into the cargo bay. I'm going to show you what camera was used filming this UFO. It was flight day 4, STS-80. I'm going to give you all the details that no one else has ever given, and we're going to do it at the actual space shuttle. Okay, so we're going to debunk the debunkers. That's number one. Okay, number two, I encourage all of you to please check out my next video. I've dug through the NASA archives and I found some just amazing things. Some old, some new, some exclusive, but I'm basically going to put together a video, my next video, of all of these NASA anomalies that I think, kind of make the top 10 list. Okay, there's a lot of garbage out there, things that really are ice particles and, space debris and whatnot, but I'm going to, I already have put together, I'm going to say one of the best videos, showing these anomalies. So that's coming up next on Nocturnal News, so please stay tuned. So here we go, let's head to NASA. Okay, here we are, headed into NASA. Gonna go check out the space shuttle, STS-80, the UFO incident. Hello. No picture for Nocturnal News. Okay, here we go. Headed over to the space shuttle, as I previously mentioned. Okay, almost there, guys. Cutting through the Apollo 17 exhibit. Okay, in the payload bay right now, and I want to point out you have the Canadarm camera right there. Okay, you have 4 closed caption TV cameras back there. You see that right there. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's the Canadarm, and then 2 would have been behind me here in the cockpit. But well, this would be closed. This would be the airlock bay right here. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cameras. Now, STS-80, the UFO was captured on this camera that would have been mounted over here. That's where the UFO was sighted, this orb UFO outside. Now, I made a mistake the other day. I said it was the Canadarm camera, but it was the forward right camera. Okay, just a quick breakdown of the space shuttle. We're going to look at the thrusters today when talking about the STS-80 and 48. Now notice, okay, you have the nose cone, forward fuselage, mid fuselage, okay, and then in the back, of course, you have the rudder, the brake, and the aft fuselage. You have the crew cabin right there, and the airlock is right behind the crew cabin. Okay, so you'll see there's thrusters right there. Okay, behind the nose cone, and then you have rear thrusters. Now, in the video, here's the UFO. Okay, you got one coming in this way. Okay, another UFO coming in this way, and then somewhere over here, you get this flash of light. Now, I don't know if it's lightning, I don't know what it is, but it's not from the thrusters, okay? Now, at that point, you see both UFOs coming into frame, and boom, they take off, right? They take off like this. Okay, there's no way that thruster over there or the nose cone thruster could have caused the objects, to be affected by the thruster burst, okay? So that's what the debunker. Okay, and let me just quickly jump in here, and I forgot to say this earlier. Right where it says Independence, that's where the camera was mounted on the inside of the payload bay, or the cargo bay, that filmed the UFO. Now, how do I know that? Because I watched all the documentaries, read the transcripts, and that's where the camera was, right about where the E is, about 6 feet
to the back right there by that little black dot. That's where the camera was located that filmed the UFO. Always say about STS-80 and 48 is it's because of the thrusters. But again, there are no thrusters on the side of the space shuttle. Okay, so now we're inside B747. The space shuttle is on top of us up here, so we're gonna go up there and get a closer look at the thrusters. Okay, we are up pretty damn high now. I think I parked like somewhere over there. We got UFOs coming around here through NASA, right? Third phase of moon. Exclusive UFO sighting at NASA. Wee, wee. Anyway, okay, you see the thrusters here. When we were down on the ground, remember I was saying you have them on the nose cone and the aft only. So that's what we're about to look at now. Okay, here in the space shuttle cockpit. Now you see these windows right here. This was another window that they could look out and see different UFO activity. But here's the cockpit right here. You got windows 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think there was 7, 8. Yeah, I'm too tall to be in here, so my head is hitting the ceiling. Oh, excuse me. Y'all can go ahead. And then a window there and a window there. So yeah, 7, I think like 9 windows, something like that. So basically, yeah, 9 windows, and then you got the cargo bay here, payload bay, whatever, 5 cameras. Just want to give you guys a very detailed look, and these doors obviously would be open. And again, the UFOs were on this side. I believe that's the starboard side, I think. I don't know, I might be wrong on that. But anyway, the nose is up here, so the UFOs were over here. Nocturnal News. Subscribe. Okay, so you see right here, we're in the rear, okay? Your thrusters would have been in the back right here. Oh, where's my pointer? Where's my UFO? Okay, would have been right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then, of course, you know, your boosters right there and whatnot. But as I keep saying, there were no thrusters on the side. How you doing? Oh, excuse me, sir. Okay. Okay, so next I want to kind of focus on the theory that it's ice particles or dust particles or something like that. Now, again, remember, this UFO sighting was filmed by one of the 4 closed caption TV cameras right behind the airlock bay. Okay, like I showed earlier, you have the windows in the cockpit, the 2 in the ceiling, then you would have one looking out. I believe there's one looking out into the payload bay, the cargo bay. Okay, but you know, people say, oh, it's ice particles or it's dust particles, you know, space debris, something like that. When you're there, okay, you're looking at the space shuttle, okay, 122 feet long with a wingspan of 78 feet, 57 feet tall. This thing is massive, okay? There's just no way when you're comparing the size, okay, you know, to the anomalies, to the UFOs, to the shuttle. In other words, I think these UFOs were pretty big, okay, number 1. Number 2, the lens on this closed caption TV that captured the UFO, it's about the size of a Coke can, right? I mean, that'd be a good comparison. So, you know, I don't know. I just think people have this you know, false idea of what they're looking at here. You have to remember the camera is relatively small compared to the space shuttle. So I don't think it's ice particles, and I don't think it's dust. Okay, and we'll have another look at these cameras inside the payload bay. Okay, you have the Canada arm to the right that extends out, that releases the satellites and whatever NASA's working on. And then you have 2 cameras in the back, 2 cameras up front. So again, look how small these lenses are. I mean, do you really think like ice would collect? I mean, look at that lens right there, collecting these lenses. So I just don't buy it. You know, maybe some of it could be dust, some of it could be
ice or whatever, but that doesn't explain all the anomalies in the video. It's a half truth. I mean, yes, it is true, those things are there, they do exist, but in this case, for the STS-80, I think we're looking at both. Okay, right there is where the camera would have been mounted, where I'm pointing in my video. So that's what the debunkers like to say, though, and it's just simply false. I mean, it's almost ridiculous. Okay, another thing we hear from NASA and the debunkers is they're releasing wastewater from the shuttle or byproducts of some type of fuel or chemical or whatnot. They dump a lot of things in space. So here's a video right here of NASA doing that. Now, does this look anything like the STS-80 UFO sighting video? No, it does not. Night and day. This looks like a fire hose, okay? I think if there was a camera mounted right there while they're dumping this water or chemical, we would know. We would know what we're looking at. So, you know, you can do a side-by-side comparison, and the two are completely different. So it's not ice particles. It's not dust. It's not NASA dumping something into low Earth orbit. It is a UFO. Okay, also, if you go back and read the transcripts like I've done on Flight Day 4, I believe it was their 51st orbit, they were releasing the Wake Shield satellite, okay? And we'll get into what that is here in a minute, but my point is, they didn't have any scheduled water dumps or chemical dumps or nothing like this going on. In fact, you can hear in the video during the UFO sighting, you can hear the astronauts talking to mission control about releasing the satellite, and they're prepping for it and whatnot. So there wasn't really anything going on at this point in time of the UFO sighting other than, you know, the astronauts prepping to release this satellite. Again, debunking all the theories that it was ice, it was water, it was this, it was that. So, you know, you just have to do a little bit of digging, guys. Okay, so this is a very important part of the puzzle here. You're going to hear Story Musgrave, one of the astronauts up there, communicating with mission control, and he's asking about the Wake Shield, okay? Then he says, are y'all on break? Okay, because again, there's nothing going on here. And I'm going to play the audio for you and the video because it just proves the point. I always hear these debunkers saying that they were doing all this stuff and everything, you know, these different activities were going on, these day-to-day activities on the shuttle, releasing this, doing that. Nothing was going on. They were, in fact, prepping to release the Wake Shield. This was downtime, you know, for the ground crew and the astronauts on STS-80. So there was nothing going on of note during this UFO sighting. Nothing at all.
Houston, for Wake Shield.
And Columbia, Houston, we're with you on TDRS Z. Go ahead, Story.
Okay, is the control room on a break now?
No, Story, we're all here, and we're all ears.
Okay, I thought maybe if you're on Z, you were in a break. I'm ready for pre-deploy prep when you are, page 2-4.
Okay, so you just heard him say he's ready for pre-deployment prep, okay, page 2-4, meaning they're just basically getting ready to release the satellite. Nothing special going on, you know, nothing that would cause these anomalies outside of the shuttle.
I have 2 PGSCs up and running, so I've completed step 1. Let me know when you're ready for step 2.
Okay, so there you have it. STS Space Shuttle video. We are headed back to the car right now. Oh, there's the Skylab right there. Really cool. But yeah, we're headed out to the car, and I'm gonna go home and get this video edited and you know, just tell you guys what I came up with, you know. So it's important we do this kind of research. You know, not a lot of UFO researchers out there will put this kind of work into it, but I'm very dedicated to this. I want to get to the truth, and we will.